If you are over 65, stop for a moment and really listen, because what you're about to hear may go against what you've believed for most of your life. It may even feel uncomfortable at first. But it is something surgeons, physical therapists, and mobility researchers already know and see every single week. Walking, while healthy and important, is not enough to keep your legs strong as you age. Not even close. If walking alone truly worked, then the millions of older adults who walk every day would not struggle to climb stairs. They wouldn't need to push off their knees to stand up from a chair. They wouldn't feel their legs shaking when they rise. They wouldn't lose balance the moment they step on uneven ground. And they certainly wouldn't live with a constant fear of falling. But they do. Every day. Surgeons see patients who walk miles daily, yet their muscles continue to shrink, their balance continues to decline, and their risk of falling increases year after year. This doesn't happen because they are lazy or doing something wrong. It happens because walking does not send the right signal to the muscles that age attacks the fastest. Walking mainly trains endurance. It keeps your heart and lungs working, and that is good. But endurance alone does not stop muscle loss. After the age of 65, muscle loss accelerates unless the body is challenged with strength-based movements. Walking uses only a small portion of your leg muscles and at a very low intensity. Your body becomes efficient at it, which means it stops getting stronger. The muscles that protect your independence, the ones that help you stand, stabilize, and catch yourself when you stumble, are barely activated during a normal walk. This is why someone can walk every day and still feel weaker each year. This is why walking alone cannot protect you from falls, loss of mobility, or dependence. The good news is that you do not need risky, high-impact exercises to fix this. You do not need to run, jump, or lift heavy weights. What you need are a few specific movements that target the exact muscles responsible for independence, balance, and safety. These movements are gentle, joint-safe, and widely used by surgeons and physical therapists to assess and rebuild strength in older adults. When done consistently, they build more real-world leg strength than walking alone ever could. One of the most important movements for aging legs is standing up from a chair. This single motion is so powerful that it is often used as a test to predict whether an older adult will remain independent or eventually need assistance. The ability to rise from a chair without using your hands tells professionals almost everything they need to know about leg strength, balance, coordination, and fall risk. Think about how often you do this movement every day: getting out of bed, standing from the toilet, rising from the sofa, getting out of a car. If this motion becomes difficult, daily life becomes difficult. When you stand up from a chair, you activate the quadriceps at the front of your thighs, the glute muscles in your hips, the stabilizing muscles around your knees, your core, and the deep muscles that control balance. Walking barely challenges these muscles, but standing up from a chair activates them all at once. That is why this movement is so effective. To do it, you sit on a sturdy chair with your feet about shoulder width apart. You lean forward slightly, press through your feet, and stand up using your legs. Then you slowly lower yourself back down with control. If you need to use your hands at first, that is perfectly fine. What matters is practicing the movement. Over time, your legs become strong enough to support your body more and more. With just a few sessions, you begin to feel muscles working that haven't been challenged in years. Within weeks, standing becomes easier. Within months, everyday movements feel safer and more controlled. Exercise 1 is the chair sit to stand, and it is one of the most important movements for maintaining independence after the age of 65. This simple action, standing up from a chair, is something you do many times every day, yet it is also one of the first abilities to decline as leg strength decreases. Doctors, surgeons, and physical therapists often use this movement as a quick test to assess overall leg strength, balance, and fall risk, because it reflects how well the body can support itself in real life. When you perform a sit to stand, you activate the major muscle groups that protect you as you age. The quadriceps in the front of the thighs, the glute muscles in the hips, the stabilizing muscles around the knees, the core, and even the muscles responsible for balance all work together at the same time. Walking does not fully engage these muscles, which is why standing from a chair becomes difficult even for people who walk daily. To perform this exercise, sit on a sturdy chair with your feet about shoulder width apart. Lean slightly forward, press through your feet, and stand up using your legs. Lower yourself back down slowly and with control. Aim for 8 to 12 repetitions. If you need to use your hands at first, that is perfectly fine. With regular practice, your legs grow stronger, standing becomes easier, and daily movements feel safer and more confident. Exercise 2 focuses on heel raises, a powerful yet often overlooked movement that plays a critical role in balance and fall prevention for older adults. The calf muscles, located at the back of the lower legs, are responsible for pushing the body forward, stabilizing the ankles, and making constant balance corrections with every step you take. As we age, these muscles tend to weaken faster than many others, and walking alone does not challenge them enough to maintain their strength. Weak calves can lead to slower walking, difficulty climbing stairs, and a higher risk of losing balance, especially on uneven surfaces or slippery floors. Heel raises directly target these muscles through their full range of motion, helping to restore strength and stability where it matters most. To perform this exercise, stand near a wall, countertop, or chair for support. Slowly rise onto your toes as high as you comfortably can, pause briefly at the top, then lower your heels back down with control. Avoid rushing the movement, as the slow lowering phase is especially important for building strength. Aim for 12 to 15 repetitions and complete 2 to 3 sets, resting as needed. With consistent practice, your ankles feel more secure, your steps become steadier, and everyday walking feels easier and safer, not because you are walking more, but because your calves are finally strong enough to support you. Exercise 3 is the marching knee lift, a simple but highly effective movement for strengthening the hip flexors and improving safe walking after the age of 65. The hip flexors are the muscles that lift your legs when you walk, climb stairs, step into a car, or move your feet over curbs and obstacles. When these muscles weaken, people often begin to shuffle their steps, lift their feet less, and trip more easily. This loss of foot clearance is a major contributor to falls in older adults, even among those who walk regularly. Walking by itself does very little to strengthen the hip flexors, which is why targeted movements like knee lifts are so important. To perform this exercise, stand near a chair, wall, or countertop and hold it lightly for balance. Slowly lift one knee toward hip height, or as high as feels comfortable, keeping your posture upright. Lower the leg back down with control and then switch to the other side. Avoid rushing the movement, and focus on lifting the foot cleanly off the floor. Aim for 10 to 15 repetitions on each leg and complete 2 sets. With regular practice, knee lifts improve leg control, help prevent toe dragging, strengthen the deep muscles around the hips and pelvis, and restore confidence in every step you take. When you put these movements together, standing from a chair, controlled heel raises, and marching knee lifts, you create a strength foundation that walking alone cannot provide. Walking improves endurance, which helps you move longer. Strength improves safety, which helps you move confidently. Endurance keeps you active. Strength keeps you independent. Walking helps your heart. Strength protects your ability to live life on your own terms. Think of walking as maintaining the engine of a car. These strength movements reinforce the frame, the tires, and the brakes. You need both for the car to function safely. When you combine walking with targeted strength exercises, your body works the way it was designed to, even as you age. These exercises do not need to be done every day. 3 to 4 days a week is enough for most people. They should be done slowly, with control, focusing on quality rather than speed. Rest when needed. Most people begin to feel improvement within 2 weeks. Within 8 weeks, daily movements feel noticeably easier. Within 3 months, balance improves, walking feels more confident, and fear of falling decreases significantly. If you are thinking, "I'm too weak," or "I'm too old," or "it's too late for me," hear this clearly: it is not too late. Muscles can grow and strengthen at any age, even in your 70s, 80s, and beyond. Physical therapists see this every week. Research continues to support it. Your body is not failing you. It simply hasn't been given the right signals. Walking gives one signal. These strength movements give the missing ones. If you remember just one thing, remember this: staying active is not enough if your body is not getting stronger. Walking keeps your heart healthy, but strength keeps you independent. These simple exercises give your legs the signals they need to support you, protect your balance, and keep you safe in everyday life. You do not need to do everything at once. Start slowly. Be patient with yourself. Even small, consistent efforts can lead to meaningful change. No matter your age, your muscles can still respond. They can still grow stronger. They can still help you move with confidence. What matters most is giving your body the right challenges, done safely and regularly. Your independence, your confidence, and your quality of life are built one movement at a time. Start today, stay consistent, and allow your strength to return step by step.